Okay, folks, welcome. We're going to call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. This is our caucus meeting for the month of March. We have full attendance here, so we have a quorum. I don't have any leftover items on my agenda this evening, so I'm going to go ahead and get into if the council has anything they'd like to discuss. Or remind me if I missed something.
We don't have anything.
You remind me if I missed something?
I have just a question. You mentioned the other night, it was in the newsletter, that's what it was, that's what I'm looking at, the newsletter, that the Linden Lane streetscape completion update, and they ran into some issues, which is very common in construction projects. Do we know if it's going to cost us more?
Yeah.
And we need to...
We're gonna have for the next meeting, we'll have a line out of what the additions are, and it's gonna be mostly on this side that they haven't finished yet. The utilities have to cross many of the curb cuts for the businesses, and so some of the wiring has to go across driveways, basically.
Cross driveways?
Yeah. So it should be less impactful for the businesses as they can do that and let people come and go. There's going to be like a 4-inch wide trench, and then the line's buried down in that.
That's not going to do anything with snow removal?
No, they'll fill it back up like...
So will we have an idea at the meeting about how much more it's going to cost?
Yes. Yep. He's working on that right now. We just talked about that.
Thank you.
Do you want to, at our last, we had a special meeting that not everybody was able to attend about the equipment for the new playground equipment. So do you want to talk about that? Has that been ordered?
He's got that on order, yes. He got the municipal order with the passage, and I signed the invoice, and if you want to tell him about that. Okay.
Well, we ordered new equipment for the playground, and very updated, very inclusive, and the council passed the, I'm sorry, I'm going to join the
Municipal order.
Yeah, I can't ever think of that word.
Sorry.
The council passed the municipal order for the funds for the park. It's going to be wonderful, and hopefully by
the summer festival.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Yeah.
By the festival, the new equipment will be there. It's really exciting. It's going to be very, very nice. So, thank all our council, or the committee members and council who worked on that with me. We're also doing a natural garden, and I don't know when they're going to start. I'm not really involved in that too much. Don't know when they're going to start that.
We have the materials, and we were going to do it last week, and then this weather coming in, so we wanted to wait till the wind died down and everything else, but we have all the dirt, and it's a raised garden bed with native seed, so they want to experiment with just a native garden, flower garden, pollinator garden in one little corner of the park. So we'll see how that goes and maybe expand that operation in the future.
Start small and expand. I did speak to Michelle just recently about the farmers market that we're having, so everybody's hopefully aware of that. And she has a tentative opening date, but whether, we don't know. But she is planning her own little grand opening. So I don't know if Brent, you want to get with her at some point and be involved in that?
Yeah, of course, yeah. She's got to let us know.
I know. She's really moving on, I'm telling you. She is moving forward. She's got a lot of stuff planned, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
So, but that's kind of what we've been doing on the committee right now. We're also talking about having music there, and to do that, we would have to get a generator or rent a generator for that night, or and so we'll be presenting that to the council as that develops a little bit more, and possibly a small stipend for the musicians. I don't know about that yet, but we're working on that also. So just fun things for the park.
Good. Thank you.
Speaking of the community farmers market, Michelle's doing a great job. She is really on this. And I know that when we started talking about it, we kind of said, here you go, just keep us in the loop. So we need to let Michelle do what Michelle knows what she's doing, and just, as long as, just We need to not micromanage, Michelle.
Are we, have we been?
I don't know. I'm just, reading some things and getting some ideas that, maybe because we handed it to her instead of trying to do it ourselves,
Right.
knowing that the council will stay on top of things, but, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, it's her thing,
Yeah,
for sure.
and I think it's great that because none of us know all the ins and outs of how to do farmers market, so it's great that she stepped up to do that.
Am I correct? It's going to be Wednesday evenings for 2 hours?
So I think, last thing I read was Wednesdays 5 to 8, but then again, since it's also new, it's going to be Wednesdays, but it's also new that may go 6 to 8, may go 5 to 8, may go 6 to 9, who knows? It's just, I think it's also new, we're just going to have to play it all by ear and see how it goes. See how it all plays out since it's so new to us.
Any other questions? I do want to mention, we talked about a budget committee. I do have Ms. Sharon Morris here, and so next week, she's going to be my pick for an appointment to that committee. And if Sharon, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to say about that, or just, she's a resident of Linden.
I'm a resident of Linden, have been doing books for 4+ decades, we'll put it that way. Been in charge of budgets anywhere from hundreds of thousands to several million. So I prefer to keep budgets more simple, and just keeping in mind that a budget isn't the best estimated guess you can come up with. But you're never going to be point on. So as long as the expectation's there, I'm looking forward to it. I'm retired, so I have to do something with my time.
Thank you, Sharon. Sure, nobody else really. I thought this was going to last longer than that. If there's not, we can go ahead and open it up to the floor.
When are you planning to present the budget?
Well, next month, we're going to have Dean Dorton come to us and explain your audit from the previous year, and so April would be the time, so that you can have an understanding, because obviously we don't have an audit from the previous year and the way things went last time. I pretty much assumed that you'd want to see some of that before you even wanted to have budget discussion. So, and we don't have a committee in place. So it's not going to be next week, but it will be in April. We have to keep on that timeline.
So at caucus or council?
Well, we'll discuss it in caucus,
So
if you'd
you'll
like.
give us the paperwork at caucus?
Sure.
Okay.
Should the budget committee get together before that?
If we can get one mutually agreed upon, sure. Otherwise, you take what the mayor proposes as a budget, and then as a council, you make your changes, and then your committee discusses, and then you come back to the next meeting, and you make those changes in this forum, and we continue to work until we can get something that everybody agrees on. And so we have until June 30th to make that happen.
Okay, so the committee will be Councilwoman Benner, myself, Sharon Morris, and Deputy Chief.
Well, that's for next week to make that formal
Okay.
order, but unless something changes between now and then, we just wanted to go ahead and introduce Sharon today. Ms. Stuber, anything else?
Yes, so last meeting, when Ms. Benner brought up the people she wanted to nominate, she brought up Mr. Owens, and you said that you did not want to appoint him to that committee. So
Yep.
I'm just wondering why, because he's quite well-versed, he's quite educated, has a PhD. I think he would be a valuable asset.
I have the ability to choose, and based on Mr. Owens' discussion here within council, and I can't have the deck stacked against police department. I mean, we already know.
Stacking the deck.
Well, Ms. Benner, Ms. Ricketts, and Mr. Owens, in my opinion, I'm not going to have those three together coming up with the budget. So think what you want. He's not my
No,
choice.
you think what you want,
Okay.
because nobody's stacking the deck against you.
I'll leave that up for the public to decide, but that's my answer.
Thank you.
Very good. I know you have something else, so we can continue up here with council or move on to open floor. Okay. Open floor to public. Anybody wish to speak? We try to limit to 3 minutes, but if you have something you want to talk about, I'm not going to tell you no. Make sure you signed in if you hadn't already when you leave, and let us know who you are, where you live. I know we have somebody that wants to talk tonight. Yes, sir.
Since you insist.
Right. We can't have a short meeting like this. That hadn't happened in over a year, so.
How to act.
Calvin Shock, 1301 Edward Lane. I didn't see a sign-in sheet, so hopefully you get it before we go
I
out.
got you, sir.
First thing, as long as I'm not breaking any rules, I have a generator that I let you all use if you need to use it. No charge. You just,
Thank you.
any fuel you need to use. And the other is our ethics committee. We had another member get sick and we had to postpone it. And our next meeting is the 19th.
That's this Thursday, isn't it?
Yes.
Remind me, 1:30 or 10:30, right? Okay. 10:30.
And after that, I think I'll just sit down.
Like your hat, sir. Thank you.
I do have one more.
Yes. Go ahead. Well,
Yeah,
we can let him go first.
since my name was brought up, Larry Owens, Autumn Ridge, and at the last meeting, as mentioned, my name was brought up for the committee. And so after the meeting, I did send an email to the mayor and to Ms. Benner and Rickett, asking for clarification about how I'm not a good fit. And I didn't get a response to that. But I did want to, just for openness and transparency, to read the email I sent. And I said, I want to follow up on the discussion of Monday evening's council meeting. Thank you to council members Benner and Rickett for inviting me to serve on the committee. Mayor Hagan, I was surprised when you stated that you were not ready to accept my nomination to the committee and stated something to the effect that you didn't believe I was, quote, a good fit. I was puzzled by this assessment. As council members Benner and Rickett are aware, I have extensive background in nonprofit management, having served as an administrator for most of my career. In those roles, I've oversaw the development and management of multi-million-dollar budgets. Currently, I'm the treasurer of our HOA. Furthermore, I've attended these meetings and I'm very familiar with the budgeting process and familiar with the city budgeting process. I'm an engaged citizen and I'm willing to lend my time, effort, and expertise to the budget committee. So I ask, can you please elaborate on the rationale for not including me on the budget committee? Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to meet. Thank you for this consideration. I look forward to continuing to collaborate in our shared commitment to the community. I do have a lot of expertise in this area, and one of the things, in addition to understanding the numbers, which is a very important part of budgeting, budgets are also a reflection of your priorities. They're actually a moral document. And that's why budgeting is so important. It's not just about the numbers. It's not just about making it balance or whatever. It's about what you consider to be important. And I think those are the things, I understand both. And I think that is something that I can bring to the process. I am certainly willing to do it if the council wants that. One of my concerns, though, is my nomination being an impediment to the budget committee being formed. That committee being formed is way more important than me being on it. So if it means I need to step away, I will do that, and I will gladly do that. If it means that the Budget Committee will still go forward, will still meet, and will still do its job. Because I do think having public participation and input into the budgeting process is really important. So I'm willing to serve, but I'm also more than willing to step away if that means that the budgeting process will go forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will respond to that. Those meetings are open to the public, and I have no doubt that you will be part of that committee in some way. But I'm not going to name you as a committee member for the reasons that I gave, and I don't have to say anything else about it. So,
Okay,
you're
and what were
welcome
the
to come.
reasons? I didn't catch
Well,
it. I didn't catch it earlier.
You've been here with your wife for many meetings. And so
Say again, I'm sorry.
you and your wife have been to many, many meetings, okay? She's on one committee already.
Okay.
No doubt with your friendship and the two other folks that you've mentioned that you emailed to, you're going to have that conversation and communication if you don't already. So I know that you're going to be part of it. But I reserve the right to not nominate you on that committee, and I'm going to keep that for me. So Ms. Morris is going to be my nominee.
Okay. And does the council get a nominee as well?
They've nominated their folks, yes.
Oh, okay.
We have to agree.
Will we not have any other outside person?
You can have whoever, it's open to the public.
As long as it's not me.
You can be there, it's
Oh.
open to the public. You're just not named as a committee member.
Okay. Well, that's for you all to work out. That's for you all to work out, not me. So, yeah.
Does
Yes.
that mean that they need to nominate another person then?
No.
And if they disagree with my nomination, then it goes back to finding somebody else we can all agree on. And I'll play that game as long as it
Well, I
takes.
think Sharon's a great idea, but I'm just saying, I thought we were going to have more than one person from the city, from the community.
I have no doubt there'll be several others that attend these open meetings with the Budget Committee. So whether they're appointed or not, as the order was written by Ms. Benner and then discussed, that one member at large was the minimum for committee appointment.
No, it was just written up to 5 members.
Right, okay.
But I think I might be willing to make an amendment, to push forward an amendment to that, to say that the council can appoint, and it would be only council.
That's not legal.
It is based on what I've read.
It is not. You cannot take away the mayor's power of appointment. The council cannot. That's intruding on the mayor-council form of government.
Okay, if you could share that with me, because what I've read says that if it's an ordinance that's created, it just has to be written in there. So if we wrote it that the council appointed and it was only council, that's acceptable.
No, you can't take away the mayor's. The mayor is the primary appointment authority in the mayor-council form of government. So you can share that. You can say it's a shared appointment, which is what you got today. But you cannot take away the mayor's statutory right to be the appointment authority for the city.
Okay, I just appreciate it if you would share that with me, the ordinance, the KRS statute.
Sure.
Thanks.
Anything else? Really not trying to rush you. I can't believe it's not even 20 minutes, so.
I just have the one thing, and I think we spoke about this one time. Letters have been sent out concerning that apartment complex being built on Ormsby or
Yeah.
Old Woods Mill.
Letters to residents within that,
Residents, right.
but it's not,
It will come back to us, correct?
at some point, it will. It has to go through the metro process first, so, yes.
The letters are saying that it's going to happen, and there may not be a opening or a way for the community to speak about it.
Let me pull that up. Do you have,
I didn't bring it.
they usually send a CC to that, so that might be true that Stacy has it in her office from last week. I just haven't looked it up. So let me
Okay.
find out, and if not, then we'll obviously pull the body together and have a discussion about it as soon as next week, if that's what we need to do.
Okay, I don't think it's that quick, but I just want to,
A zoning application for 9 18.
Is that what it is, yeah?
We approved several years ago a condo complex at a vacant property on Ormsby Lane for 16 units. And now they had to reapply because they've reached their 4-year whatever. The new applicant wants to increase the dwellings from 16 to over 30. Is it 80? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe it's however many buildings it was that I'm
It was
thinking
16
of.
building, now
But 80
32.
80 units. And so any change like that, since they already had to go back to Metro.
It would, almost certainly would have to come back here for approval of the amended revised district development plan.
Right. That's what it is.
Do you remember it came back to us once just because it had elapsed? And it
Yeah.
came back to us for them to redo, but it didn't have that.
That was the church.
That's true.
The most recent one we did was the church because it lapsed. So
We did another one too. Did
we
not?
haven't had anything else from that vacant property across from the police station next to 911 Ormsby with already the senior living. That has only come to us one time, which was 4 years ago.
I thought we had it, I thought it came back a second time. Okay.
No, it hasn't. No, which is a good thing.
So I know with that development, when that came before us, we had said one of the contingencies was that they had to pay to widen the road in front of that development to 18 feet. And I know that we're going to be widening that road now. So once the road is complete, if they start construction and the road is damaged with equipment, what will be the recourse?
The widening in front of that property was already completed in the first phase. What the deal was with that was the drainage. And so, yeah, I mean, there's something we can put in there. If they tear up the road, they're responsible. It's, we have people sign that off, encroachment permit type of thing. They have a bond for the project. We hold the bond for the duration of the project, and if we find that there's anything that's happened to city-owned property, they obviously have to pay to get it repaired through the bond or more.
Thank you.
If I'm not mistaken, it's how that works.
That's right. So anytime anyone's working in your right of way, you need to get them to sign off on an encroachment permit, which makes them liable contractually for any damages with their construction, and then you secure that with a bond so that if they don't fulfill their responsibilities, you can get the bond company's money to do what they should have done.
Thank you. Well said. I'm gonna say going once like an auctioneer. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. Okay, we got a couple of hands. You first.
I live in Holly Springs. I
Yes.
signed in, but I didn't think I would be speaking.
Okay,
so,
that's okay. No worries.
We've had a lot of criminal activity here the last week. The latest happened at my house Friday night. The dog woke me up. My motion sensor lights went on. Everything worked, but kids are running through, checking cars, and
Yep.
I'm just any plans or increase in police patrols or anything in the works that can be done? Thank you.
Can I ask, what part of Holly Springs are you?
I'm on Juniper Springs
Yeah.
Place, and it's a little court.
No, I know exactly what's
Okay,
happening. That's
so,
okay.
it unnerved me. My daughter's threatening to not bring over the grandkids because
Oh.
she's afraid it's not safe, so I'm like, okay.
It's very safe, but we do have, times of trouble, we'll say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Deputy Chief Thomas is here, and he was just briefed on the incident the other day, but plans for me, yes. I mean, I'd love to see more police, but that's a budget thing, so maybe join us again in the next couple of months, and you'll have a chance to discuss some of those things. Thank you.
Can you maybe address increased activity in general in criminals that we don't necessarily know about as residents, but doesn't hit the newsletter?
Not really like that. It's juveniles, and Chief Schroeder said in the past, and I think it may or may not have been in the last newsletter, but the one previous to that, about just making sure that your cars are locked, keeping your valuables hidden. That Chief's been up here several times during his police report, which would be next week when he comes up, and just reminders of there's always groups, throughout the county. It's not just Linden that come in search of vehicles that are, left unlocked or whatever. So it's just a reminder of that increase of activity in Linden. Necessarily, it's not really much different than it's been. The other day, juveniles from Cantor Chase apartment, just off school or whatever, running around, cutting school.
Is that the ones who stole the cart?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And then took
What
off?
did you think you cut school?
They had a paintball gun.
Right.
And it's like an AR-15, and you couldn't tell it was a paintball gun.
Right, and they could have gotten killed.
So,
Yeah, they
that's-
could.
That's still
Yeah.
an investigation. We've identified both teenagers, 13 and 14. So we're currently working on that investigation right now.
And just so, I've seen more cars, I've kind of been watching a little, I live on Holly Springs. And I have seen more.
Great song, man.
Crazy. Okay, yes, I've seen a little bit more activity. I've seen them coming through a little bit more. I think maybe it's just in my mind that I'm seeing them coming through a little bit more, but I agree with the mayor. You can only, you can patrol, only do so much. You can have 25 more police, and that's not going to keep these guys from doing what they do. I mean, so.
They're basically just looking for a crime of opportunity. Most of the times, they don't break the windows in the cars. They're checking car doors to see who has left their car unlocked and who has valuables in those cars. And it happened on Vermisa in Devonshire Saturday night, and shots were fired. So, yeah.
We'll say we have several unmarked police vehicles, and actually someone from Holly Springs shared with us a Ring doorbell camera footage of a vehicle that had been driving back and forth in front of their house over several days and nights. And after that was shared with us, come to find out it was one of the late watch sergeants who was in an unmarked white Durango who was patrolling the neighborhood and just so happened to be, looked concerning, I guess. But they're out there, whether you see one marked with Linden PD or not. Ms.
Now,
Morris,
to
yes.
add to that, put your outdoor lights on. Our neighborhood my lights are on, I know, 24/7. I get people stopping all the time. They're LED, they're cheap. I don't have to remember. But put your lights on outside. That helps keep them away.
That's what scared them off, is
Your light came on?
The light came on, then I heard voices, and I'm like, what's going on? I got up, went to the front of the house, flipped on every light, and then I see them running through between the driveways. So that scared them off. I left them on, and they've been on ever since.
They were afraid of the light.
Yeah.
But you know what? If it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which the one post was, it doesn't matter how many lights you have on. It's already daylight, and they're snooping around and checking doors.
Just for clarification, they're all over Jefferson County and surrounding counties. It's normally teenagers that arrived in a stolen car, and they're looking to swap out cars and to see who has left their car unlocked. And believe it or not, we have a lot of folks, not necessarily in Linden, but in Jefferson County, that leave their car unlocked with a gun in it. Happens a lot.
Yeah. Leave your guns at home. Mr. Gillespie, yes, sir.
Yeah. The only thing about these apartments or condos going across from the police station, that probably came up last night at our HOA meeting. At one time, they were going to try to put that driveway through there, come into Persimmon. That's off the table for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And they're going to have a reservoir out front next to the road. And they're not going to put the ditch underneath to the outside.
No, and some of the work we did in our first phase of that widening over there took care of a little bit of, not necessarily help that property out by any means, like monetarily, but they still have to put in a large detention basin, and they will not be, as far as the plan, the original plan, and then what we've done with that first phase, there's no reason to carry a drainage through the Elks Club like was proposed and go back into Bear Grass Creek further on down the stream.
Yeah, I noticed the houses, they had a demolition sign up there for a year.
Yeah.
It's not down yet.
No. That's another thing, Chief and Deputy. We might want to send somebody back there every now and then to see what's inside there. I'll get with you. I just thought about that now.
That house back there?
You did say.
Anyone else? I do appreciate y'all attending tonight. Accept a motion to adjourn if there is one.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Stanley?